Hey guys, Chris here. So today we're gonna go on G and H, but let's get into it. So the first one we have is Marvin Gaye's What's Going On. This is a gatefold. This is just like an album that my parents used to listen to when I was a kid. Then we got Freddie Gibbs and Madlib, Pinata. Yeah, I mean, if you haven't listened to it, I would recommend it. My favorite song is probably Harold's, but then we got Freddie Gibbs and Madlib, Bandana. Also, just a really amazing album. Yeah, check it out. There should be plenty of vinyl copies out there. Then we got Narwolves. I actually forget the name of this one. I think it's just self-titled. But, yeah, this is their, I think, like, second studio album. And honestly, I like the album before this, which had, like, all of their EPs songs, like a collection of other EPs, essentially. I like that album more. I haven't bought it, though, and the only reason I have this is, yet again, I got it like a used record from when I worked at the record store, so I got it for half off pre-owned price, which is, it's like, why would I not buy it then? Then I got Bordello, Gypsy Punk, also a gatefold. I actually have this on, there we go. I have it on CD, and I've seen this band 2 times now. It's just on black vinyl. A pretty formative band from when I was a teenager. And so, still love them. Still love all 3 of these. Super Toronto, real great stuff. Yeah, this is probably my favorite album by them. Like, all-around album, just on black. The first song that I had ever actually heard by them was Through the Roof and Underground. It was a part of this soundtrack to the movie Wrist Cutters: A Love Story, which was sort of a cult classic that a lot of the stoners that I hung out with in high school loved. And so from that we, fell in love with Bordello. But then we have Transcontinental Hustle. I would say that this is probably... if I were to ever, show someone Gogol, I would probably show them this album. I know a lot of people are always like, oh, you gotta show Start Wearing Purple, that's the song. But the Gypsy Punk album is very punk rock. And if the person doesn't already listen to punk, they probably are not going to like it. So Transcontinental Hustle is much less punk rock. There are some songs like Emigrata that are a little harder, but for the most part, it's almost like a singer-songwriter album. And then we got Purvida Conspiracy. This one's really good. This is the one that if you watch the 7-inch video, this is the one that came with the bonus 7-inch. Yeah, I don't know. This is almost a return to form. If Transcontinental Hustle was more of a singer-songwriter, this is definitely back to their old antics, but the songs are definitely shorter. Like, they really sort of abandoned the 7-minute, 8-minute recorded jam sessions that you get on Super Toronto and prior. Then we got the Gorillaz Demons. It's probably my favorite Gorillaz album. My mom bought this on CD, when I was a kid, because of Feel Good Inc. And I fell in love. I love this. I went back to their older, their first album, and it's still really good. Obviously, Clint Eastwood is on there. There's some other songs that are good. But I don't think it's as good as Demon Days. This is, perfect through and through. And then we have Gorillaz Plastic Beach. This is probably the best written album that they have, like the most coherent. And it has a really great like music video to go with it, to go with the whole album. Yeah, and hilariously, I actually, the first time that I tried to watch the music video, I microdosed some shrooms. By that I mean I took one cap, and it was far too intense. Like just the first song with Snoop Dogg. Then we got Gouge Away. What is this one? Dies. This is their first album, not the first album that I had ever heard by them, but it's really good. I'm a huge Gouge Away fan. They sold me. I also love this. It's like crystal clear with like just a little splotch of green. Really, really awesome, just hardcore band. You know, if you're a fan of Punch, they're very similar in aggression. And then Burnt Sugar, this was the first Gouge Away album that I had heard, and also my favorite. And got it on, I think it's called like Coke Bottle or something, or like Cherry Coke Pressing or something, some stupid thing like that. But yeah, you know, this is just like, they're just a really great band, and I would recommend listening to their Audio Tree performance. Then we got Greely Estates, No Rain, No Rainbows. By now you should already know what kind of scene kid I was. Yeah, so this shouldn't be too much of a surprise. But this is definitely the heaviest album that they had come out with at the time. I actually like the album before this. Actually, no. I would say No Rain, No Rainbows is probably my favorite Greely Estates album. The album before it was the album that I got introduced to them by, but No Rain, No Rainbows is just so, so good. And it features, like, every person from the scene on at least one song, you know? Yeah, I remember I got this on CD when I was a kid, and my buddies Justin and Kyle, who you can see in the Zombies of Iowa video, they were picking me up from my house, and I like ran outside, and I was just like, guys, we have to listen to this. This is like Greely Estates does Slipknot. I remember that being like almost exactly what I said, and then we listened to it, and it was great. We love, you know, I'm fairly certain it's also their favorite Greely Estates album. Then we have an I don't have the sleeve for this, so I just have them in nice inner sleeves, and then in this plastic coating, but it's the rapper Grieves, Together Apart. You know, yet again, when we were in high school, like, we sort of came across the Rhyme Sayers label, and I moved to Minneapolis to go to college there, and a lot of the Rhyme Sayers collective are from there. So getting into Greaves was actually really nice, because then we ended up seeing him there at First Ave. And the reason that I don't have the actual, like, outside of this is, yet again, this is from one of my buddies, Happy, who kept that because he really liked the artwork, so he put it up. But he does not have a record player, so he gave me all of his records. He's the one that I got that Front Bottoms from. Then we got Head Wound City. I probably should have done a little bit more research prior to filming this video to tell you who else is in this. But it features the main vocalist from the Blood Brothers. And then I think it has members from, like, The Locust, and then maybe Finch, that I'm a little blurry on. But it's a really, really awesome sort of, I don't know, sort of grind. They're kind of grindy. Imagine like a more metal version of the Blood Brothers, and that's sort of what you get with Head Wound City. Really big fan. And I remember I had actually bought that record before I'd ever heard them. I got super into it. It comes with this. This is their actual album, because yet again, it's just a super group. So that was their EP. This is their album. I think this might also, yeah. Wow, it's on red. Yeah, just really, really good. Would recommend for fans of the Blood Brothers or music in that style. Then we got Heems, Eat, Pray, Thug. Heems is, you know, he's just, I wouldn't even say he's one of my favorite rappers, but he's a really good rapper, and a rapper that I think the rap industry needs, just on black. Oh my god. There you go, Kyle. There's me having trouble putting a record back in. And then we got Jimi Hendrix, Electric Ladyland. As a kid, you know, resemblance. As a kid, I was a huge Jimi Hendrix fan. My dad is a massive Jimi Hendrix fan. It's probably why I love shredding so much. But this is my favorite album of his, for Voodoo Chili, Voodoo Child. If you don't already listen to Jimi Hendrix, like, I don't know, get on it. fucking do it, dude. Then we got Lauryn Hill, The Miseducation of Lauryn. Yeah, you know, just really great. If you haven't listened to the Dissect podcast to talk about Lauryn Hill, I would recommend it. This album is a 10 out of 10, 100%. Every song slaps. And just a great story. And we got Jamie, Brittany Howard. She was, or is, even though I guess was because they're broken up, but was the guitarist and vocalist of the Alabama Shakes. You know, this is her solo album. I believe it's named after her sister, who is unfortunately not around. I would recommend looking into her life story as well, because it's very sad. But just really, really great music. You know, some songs are a little reminiscent of the Alabama Shakes, like 13th Century Metal. My favorite song on here is Goat Head. I would recommend every person listen to Goat Head. But that's it, you know. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you like any of these records, you know, be sure to like and comment and tell me which ones you like. Black Lives Matter. Lives of Indigenous people matter. You know, have a good night, and I'll see you guys, you know, next week.